Okay, now let's discuss another concept related to osmotic pressure, and that is isotonic, hypotonic and hypertonic solutions. Okay, now what is the meaning of these three types? Okay, different solutions have different osmotic pressures because osmotic pressure depends upon the molar concentration. So if the two solutions have different concentrations, molar concentrations, their osmotic pressures will be different. Okay, now suppose I am having two solutions. The first concentration is C1 and the second concentration is C2, separated by semi-permeable membrane. Suppose if C1 and C2 are same. Okay, now what will happen actually? Suppose initially C1 and C2 are different. Then what will happen? The solvent molecules will start moving from higher side to lower side till both the concentrations are equal. Okay, so the stage where both the osmotic pressures or both the concentrations are equal. Okay, at this stage no osmosis will occur. So the solutions having same osmotic pressure at the same temperature, that is their equimolar concentrations, now they are known as isotonic or isoosmotic solutions. So what is the meaning of isotonic solutions? The solutions having same osmotic pressure, and definitely if osmotic pressure is same, the concentrations should be same, and in between these two solutions no osmosis occurs. A solution having more osmotic pressure. Now suppose again two solutions are there. C1 and C2 are concentrations. Osmotic pressure related to first is pi 1 and related to second is pi 2. Now the solution having more osmotic pressure, definitely more concentrated solution it will be. Then the other is known as hypertonic, and the solution having less osmotic pressure, that is less concentrated, is called hypotonic. Okay, so if concentration C1 is greater than C2, then this solution is hypertonic and this solution is hypotonic. Okay, so this is the concept of isotonic, hypotonic and hypertonic solutions. Okay, now what is the practical application of this concept? Now listen carefully. 0.91% W by V. W by V we have learned earlier. Okay, solution of NaCl is isotonic with fluid inside human RBCs. Okay, human RBCs are present in blood. Okay, and RBCs have some cytoplasm or fluid inside them, and the concentration of that fluid is equivalent to 0.9% NaCl. Okay, so 0.9% NaCl is isotonic with fluid inside the human RBCs. And if RBCs are kept in this 0.9% solution, now inside the concentration, inside the RBCs, the concentration is 0.9. Outside also it is 0.9. So if the RBCs are placed in such solutions, now both the solutions are isotonic now. So in this solution, RBCs neither swell nor shrink. Is this clear? Now this is a practical application. That's why medicines are first mixed with saline water. And what is the concentration of the saline water? So now why they are mixed with saline water? So that whatever medicines they are injecting in the veins, the concentration of that medicine becomes equal to 0.9% NaCl before injecting into veins. So all the intravenous injections, okay, so what they do for intravenous injections, first the medicines are mixed with saline water so that the concentration of medicine becomes equal to 0.9% NaCl, and it easily mixes with our blood, and RBCs neither swell nor shrink. But suppose if we don't do this, okay, now see again three containers are there. RBCs are placed in 0.9% NaCl, nothing will happen. Inside also 0.9, outside also 0.9. But if RBCs are placed in a solution which is concentration greater than 0.9% NaCl, now listen, inside 0.9, outside greater than 0.9. Outside solution is more concentrated, hypertonic. Inside it is hypotonic. Now what is the direction of osmosis? Low solute to more solute. Okay, so water will move out and RBCs will shrink. And if RBCs are placed in a solution with concentration less than 0.9% NaCl, now less than means in outside it is hypotonic because it is less than 0.9, and inside RBCs it is 0.9, so it is hyper now. And what is the direction of osmosis? Hypo to hyper. So water will enter inside this RBC and RBCs will swell or burst.